Hi, everyone. I'm Maureen Smith, the founder of National Musician. Welcome to Reach for the Stars, helping you achieve your musical dreams and learn all about the music business. I'm so happy to have with us today as our guest, Johan Gil. He's from Yangaroo Music in Toronto, Canada. Hi, everyone. I'm so pleased to have Johan Gil from Yangaroo Music with us today. He's from, I believe he's from Toronto, Canada. Is that right, Johan?
Yes, that is correct. Correct, Maureen. Thank you very much for having us, for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, and Yangaroo, you also have offices in New York and Miami in the United States. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yangaroo, it's a company that has a dual citizenship. We are originally from Canada, but we have expanded to the US. So our headquarters is in Toronto, Canada, but we have offices in the States as well.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So you're pretty big. Well, we met a couple months ago at the Yangaroo booth at Canadian Music Week in the spring. How was that conference?
It was good. Like, we have been working with the Canadian Music Week for years, so we are very used to what happens to the dynamic. It was terrific because we had the opportunity to connect with people in the industry, with friends, and also to connect with new talent. So it was terrific. We have this space where we were welcoming everyone to come and say hi and to perform a little bit, or just to exchange information. So it was as usual. It was a good opportunity in the music industry, whether you are from a major company or whether you are someone new. It was a good opportunity to connect.
Oh, that's great. No, CMW is always a great conference. That's for sure. Well, everybody, I've had actually quite a bit of experience myself working with Yangaroo over the years, and my company, White Eagle Promotions, and sending a lot of press releases and music of recording artists and video via their system DMDS. It's a great system for sending all your music releases and advertising and press releases, and it's all digital now. So it's been really great working with you over the years.
Yeah, that is right. Yangaroo Music, which is the music division, it's the old DMDS. That's how we started many years ago. That's how we became popular with the major labels and with the radio stations and with everyone else. Then eventually we transitioned to the corporate name, which is Yangaroo. And yeah, obviously nowadays, when you are submitting music to radio or submitting videos to TV networks, the only way that it will make sense is to do everything digitally. Like, physical tapes is something that is old and not convenient and not really practical. So we have been doing this for a long time, and that's what we do. We are like a digital UPS per se. In the music industry, we help people who make and produce music, labels and indies, to send their content for consideration to media, radio programmers, video acquisition coordinators of TV networks.
Great. Well, as to my understanding, you have 3 major types of services, right? So can you tell us more exactly about the distribution for the music specifically and the video? What exactly does that entail?
Well, like I mentioned before, we could say that we're like a DHL or digital UPS in the music industry. So if you have a video, whether you are a major label, whether you are a producer or a management company or a manager or even an indie, if you need a practical tool to digitally deliver that content to be potentially seen by key decision makers at radio stations and TV networks, you can use our tool. Our platform is like a tool. It's a do-yourself tool where you can sign up. It's very simple to sign up. It will take you only a minute. You don't have to pay in advance anything to sign up, and I will give you like a quick access option to upload your content, your music, your single, your video, create a radio or video release, and then it will give you options to send your music for potential consideration. We have a premium approach, like premium services and tools that would allow you to do exactly the same thing in a more practical, more convenient, and more economic way. But other than that, it's a do-it-yourself tool. It's a tool that can be used by anyone. It's really straightforward. And if you ever need any type of help, we have a dedicated support team that will help you and walk you through if you have any issues. And for anything else that is promo PR related, myself and part of my team is here to help anyone.
Yeah, I know you have a really big team behind you. So you have different types of, do you have 3 memberships for this, different types? Or can you tell us a little bit about the different memberships? I know one is free, but then you've got Pro.
Yeah, the access to the basic platform, or to the basic account, as we call it, it's free. So you can access to the basic account for free. Uploading your content, it's something that you can do for free. Creating the release, it's free. But when you pay is when you are selecting the radio stations or TV networks where you think that you might have a chance of being reviewed. So we charge submission fees or delivery fees, like pretty much like if you go to UPS, you pay a delivery fee for something that you are sending. That is the option number 1. The option number 2 is operating to the premium platform, to the premium account. We call it Pro, Pro. And when you upgrade to Pro, you will have access to more tools and options and features that would allow you to better customize your release. It will give you access to more destinations. It will give you access to more special packages and options. And after that, depending on the type of budget that you are planning to invest on a specific project, we offer like a high tier of services that we call it mega deals. Mega deals is when you are spending, like an average of more than $1,000, and you are trying to be practical and proactive as far as how you can reach not only radio stations and TV networks, but also how you can create other opportunities for you. At the end of the day, even though we are a technology company, and even though what we just simply do is providing a digital tool that would allow you to deliver content for potential consideration, we believe that we have a commitment with our clients, especially with the indies, and that commitment is helping you to get visibility. So even though our business core is providing a tool, a piece of technology that would allow you to send your content from point A to point B, our commitment is to help those little indies to become visible. And obviously, we do it through the platform in order to reach radio and TV. But also, we're developing a 360 approach, where if you have a good budget to send to radio and TV, we do other things where we could help you getting more visibility. And those other things could be small things, but it could matter to indies that really need the help and the visibility. Those things could be like making an assessment of how your social media is doing, making an assessment of how you could get more streams on Spotify, or how you could pitch to playlists, or how you could pitch to festivals, or how you could actually have some sort of physical presence in major events. Like probably you remember when we met at the CNW, we were having people in this, playing guitar, performing for us. It was a very simple and small setup. But in other major events, we actually get like a private space where we have like media guests in the suite, or whatever it is that we are doing, this media hub as we call it. And we invite some of our clients to come to the interview and to have small showcases that we call in acoustic sessions. Anyway, all those extra options are not services that we sell. It could make part of a customized plan that we can put together for you if you have a good budget to spend as far as sending to radio and TV. We could do other things for you to help you. Again, it is a case-by-case situation, but I would say that that's the third type of approach that we have. So to recap, we have the basic service, we have the pro, and with the pro, if you have a good budget to spend, we could try to see how we could help you with maybe other things. Not a guarantee, but we try to be very
That's
proactive.
Great. What I like is, the artist can choose the packages according to genres, and they can also choose the stations and also the college packages as well too. Can you just comment briefly about those?
Yeah, like with the basic or with the premium, with the pro services, you have the option of choosing, what country you want to reach and the type of radio stations that you want to service. So
how many countries do you serve?
Well, that's a very complex question. We service obviously in Canada. We service also the US. We also service video in the UK and Ireland. We service to radio stations across Latin America. We have a partner in Latin America that have an excellent relationship with radio. They are called Monitor Latino. They are like the media base of the Latin industry. With them, we could say that we could potentially reach out to 22 countries. But anyway, coming back to what you were saying, yes, with the basic and with the pro account, you have the option of customizing your release as far as reaching specific markets or countries and formats. With Pro, you have even more better options of simply adding one by one your specific radio stations. You have access to more formats. You have access to more destinations. So obviously the premium, the Pro service is what makes sense in most of the case, because not only is more complete, but also, believe it or not, is cheaper in most cases than using the basic account.
Right. What I find, what's really advantageous to the clients is one of the best features are the tracking reports. Can you tell us a little about the features and the tracking reports, and what are the digital tracking reports, what do they actually get to see at the end? Like if the radio stations is listed or downloaded or...
Well, the reports that we provide are reports that are available to every user, whether you have a basic account or whether you have a pro account. You will be able to see where you send the music to. Specifically, we'll show you the name of the radio stations or the code letters of the radio stations, and it will show you the names of the individuals that are listed within each radio station. And if any of those individuals take any type of action as far as reviewing your release, listening to the single, or downloaded the single, that information we are able to track it. So if you send a release, let's say to 10,000 destinations, just to give you an example, you will be able to see, out of 10,000 or 5,000, 10 radio stations, specifically John X or Peter X or whatever it is, review my release. Out of this number of people that I send the release, 20 stream my music, and it will show you this specific person in this specific radio station listen to your single. Or if they downloaded the single, which doesn't mean that it is going. It's very important to clarify. A lot of people ask me this, like, if my single was downloaded, doesn't mean that it is going to be added on rotation. The answer is no. It means that they took an additional step other than the traditional approach that they have, which is reviewing a release or listening to it. If they downloaded the single, probably it's because they are planning to consider that to be added or rotation. So anyway, those are the three basic elements that we provide with the reports. We have other type of reports that are more advanced in the premium account, and we have other reports that make part of the high tier packages when you have a good budget and you want to track other things, where we are able to actually on our own manually go and pull some reports that we typically don't pull for some cases. So with the proper budget, with the proper plan, we could also help you tracking if you actually got any add-ons. We work with MediaBase. Back in the days, we used to work with BDS, which now makes part of BDS, of MediaBase, I'm sorry. And we work with other partners like in Latin America with Monitor Latino. So if the circumstances require and the budget covers, that part of actually airplay tracking, we could actually help you providing some insights as well.
Wow, that's really great. I love those tracking reports. Well, and keep in mind to the artists that you still, like, once they download, the radio station downloads your music, you still need to, it's a good thing to follow up. You got to follow up with a radio promotion campaign and additional service as well. If you really want to keep those, get them in rotation and really promote your music. But and also, so you have a membership for the broadcasters as well, right? So if you have can you tell us a little about like that, if the for the broadcaster package for the actual radio stations, how they can join?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm understanding the question properly, but I think that you're saying that we have a package for broadcasters. And if you are a media, any type of media that you are, whether you are a TV station, a college radio station, a satellite radio station, a terrestrial radio station, a local TV station, whatever it is, as long as we can prove to our team that you are a legit media company, you will have access to the system, and it doesn't have a cost. Any broadcaster, any radio station, whether they are in the States, Canada, or any other part of the world, if they want to have access to our media base, and as long as they can prove that they are legit, they will be able to access our digital library or the system free of charge.
A lot of benefits to the broadcaster, right? Like they get to keep everything in their database of all the new music coming out and the press releases in one place.
Absolutely, it's having the convenience of having everything organized in a single library where you can also create your own playlist. Those playlists could be created just to review music, or you could create playlists to review music and then approve some specific music and put it in a different playlist. And eventually, when you need to download it or make it part of your programming plan at the radio station, you can just simply download it. And all the music will come with the metadata, which is very important. Everything that gets submitted through us has the metadata. So when the radio station broadcasts the music, or when the TV network broadcasts the TV network, they don't have to manually enter any codes or any tracking numbers, or everything is downloaded with the files because everything is encrypted. So if you get any, if you are going to be paid for any royalties, if you need to get any airplay info, attached to all your reports with whatever your PROs are, so CAM, BMI, everything is trackable and everything provides its proper report, right? So that's very important. A lot of people in a lot of countries are used to delivering content manually. And when radio stations add their music in rotation, sometimes they don't properly add the codes. So a lot of royalties lost, a lot of airplay not being tracked. That doesn't happen with us. Everything is encrypted in the file, so that when the files of the music get broadcasted, everything gets tracked.
Oh, that's really great services for both ends of it then, and both parties. So your second service, can you tell me a little bit more about how this works with your advertising deliveries to the broadcaster, streamers, and publishers, and the watermarking?
For sure. We are a technology company. We develop 3 platforms. One is for the music industry, which is what we have just talking about. We have a similar tool for the advertising industry. It has nothing to do with music. It's just 2 different worlds. Like if you are like a media buyer, or like a creative agency, or like a production company that needs to deliver the commercial, the spot, the jingle, whatever it is, in a commercial space that you have already bought. A lot of media organizations and broadcasters require or can ask you to use our system to deliver the spot so that it can be broadcasted. But again, as far as it comes to music, it's like a different division. The ad platform is dedicated only for people in the media buyer and advertising industries.
Right. And then the third service that you have is management for the award companies and the award shows. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That is correct. Well, we could say that we are the standard award platform used by many organizations to make possible, the voting process and the submission process. When it comes to all these major awards, we're talking about Junos, we're talking about Grammys, we're talking about Latin Grammys, we're talking about the CCMAs, we're talking about Golden Globes, and so on and so on. The list is long. We work directly with organizations, just like it happens with the ad division. It's separate from the ad division. It's separate from the music division. Even though a lot of the award shows that we that work with us are related to music, we don't work within this. We work directly with the organization itself. I have a lot of clients of mine in the music industry asking me, "Hey, how can I apply to the Grammys?" And that's a question that I don't know, because we don't take care of it. We just take care of the operations, of the operational digital part of the submissions and the voting process. But if you want to register, if you want to know details about how to, make part of the BET Awards or something like that, that is a question that you have to add directly to each of those specific organizations. We have a dedicated support team here that helps, like if you are a voting member, or like if you are applying and submitting your music for, let's say, the Junos, and you have questions, we have a dedicated support team to help you in the technical part. But obviously, if you have any additional questions, we're always more than happy to, find a contact number where you can reach out and ask your questions.
Well, that's great. Thanks, Johan. I think we've got the gist of what you do. So I think that concludes our talk for today. And thanks for being here, Johan. And, I certainly hope that this has been a good learning video for people, for the listeners out there. And you've learned something a little bit about getting started with your radio promotion and your videos, and sending your music and press releases digitally, because you got to get them out there to all the stations, and this will get you out there worldwide and really get you started. So if you'd like to learn more about the services with the Yangaroo, just go to their website, yangaroo.com. And thanks for listening, everyone. I'm Maureen Smith. I'm a music industry management and marketing consultant. I'm a producer, and I'm also a piano teacher and vocal coach. And I actually, I specialize in helping artists still with their artist development and getting on with their music careers and promotion. I'm actually a pianist and vocalist, musician myself. I'm a recording artist, songwriter, and music publisher. And I got started in the music business about 30 years ago when I was promoting my CD, Spirit Songs of Inspiration. So if you'd like to learn more about my services, you can visit whiteeaglepromotions.com and maureensmith.ca. And if you like this video, you can just hit the subscribe button to subscribe, and you get more videos on how you can learn how to reach for your dreams. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.